What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video. We just got wrapped up with the NFL Super Wild Card Weekend. I don't know why they put the Super in there. I guess it's when they added the seventh seed. That's when they started calling it Super Wild Card Weekend, even though we're only adding one team. But okay, whatever. But yeah, we just got wrapped up with that over this past weekend. We got some interesting, fascinating, and surprising outcomes. Some not so surprising. Others pretty surprising, which I want to talk about one in particular in this video here. The Green Bay Packers upset the Dallas Cowboys 48-32. I promise you it wasn't that close. Jordan Love, who is the NFL's darling right now, along with CJ Stroud. Jordan Love in his first playoff game on the road, just barely sneaking his team into the postseason, throwing off his back foot to butt naked, uncovered, coverage bust receivers for the entire game. Moving the ball at will against this Cowboys defense, this vaunted Cowboys defense. Please correct me if I didn't use the word vaunted right in the comments. But a very well-known good defense. Love cooked them like it was nothing. The Packers cooked them. I don't want to say it was just Love. It was Matt LaFleur's play calling, which was insane. It was the run game for Green Bay, which was awesome. But of course, the spotlight's on Jordan Love. He was unreal under pressure throws, like I said, throws for different angles, off balance, off his back foot, hitting dudes in stride for big gains, hitting insane throws over the middle. Just hitting dudes in the face, masking on third and longs, and he was out of his mind. He was unreal. The point of this is not to talk about Jordan Love, though. If you want to hear me praise Jordan Love, I made a video a while back. That is on my channel if you want to check that out. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about this from the Dallas end, because this is now 3 straight 12-5 seasons under head coach Mike McCarthy, who I'm sure you guys all know. 3 straight 12-5 seasons and 3 straight pretty embarrassing playoff exits. The last 2 losing to the 49ers in very ugly fashion. Dak not knowing what to do, not knowing what he's looking at against that Niners coverage unit. Just everything's out of whack. And then this past Sunday, I don't even think the offense was that much of a problem. It was mainly the defense that got lit on fire in this game. And then, of course, it just didn't help that, there were a couple of pretty weird interceptions from Dak. One of them was an unreal play from Jair Alexander, who is still a top-tier corner. He just reminded everybody. He absolutely smothered Brandon Cooks on an in-breaker and just overtook the ball like out of the hole. It was gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, replay that. It was phenomenal defensive play. He also threw a pick 6 to Darnell Savage a little later in the game, where Savage read another crosser coming across the field. Savage read it perfectly, took it to the house for 6, made the game like 27-0 or something like that. I saw that. I said, oh my goodness. And I think everybody did. But outside of those two, I thought the offense, even though it wasn't great, there were missed opportunities. There were third down blunders, absolutely. And against a Green Bay defense that we know is pretty lackluster, just with their track record throughout the season, it doesn't look great. But I felt like, for the most part, the offense it wasn't the problem in the game. What the issue was really the defense, with how confused they were and how really, like, how much of a liability they were in that game. Either way, the Cowboys lose again. So now what do? And it's the same conversation every offseason. It's as soon as they have this nasty thing, get rid of Mike McCarthy, get rid of Dak. Like, it's the same thing. My opinion is going to be a little bit more tamed. As far as Mike McCarthy, it really is not great that this keeps happening to you specifically. It's just like these nasty ways to go out. He's got the one Super Bowl on his resume that is holding him up. And ever since then, even before he got to Dallas, it's just been, when he was coaching the Packers, of course, they got lit up by the Falcons when they went to the NFC Championship game one year. It was another year where they blew like a 12-point lead or something to Seattle when they were up in a playoff game. It's never a good loss with Mike McCarthy. He probably is going to be fired. And as far as like the personnel, I mean, the people screaming to get rid of Dak Prescott, and look, hey, Dak had, in my opinion, he had a MVP caliber season. He was playing that well. And with everything, it wasn't the scheme that was elevating him or anything like that. That offense was elite because of him. How much stuff he had on his plate as far as pre-snap adjustments, setting protections and everything, processing post-snap and reading defenses. Everything was moving through him. And he was playing so consistently well. In my opinion, he was legitimately an MVP candidate. But we're here again, and it's like Dak is never elite in these playoff games. And especially going off of some of the quarterback play that we saw this weekend, like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and even CJ Stroud, and even the dude on the other side of the field, on the other sideline, even Jordan Love. Dak never hits like that level. It never feels like one of those guys when his team is in like distress and they need somebody to pull them out of this. It's unfortunate, but it is the reality with Dak. He is a very, very good quarterback. But the team falls short again, and I don't think he should be blamed. But even I will be honest, my MVP for the 2023 season is not one of these dudes that's he's not gonna save your life. He's stuff kind of has to go right for him. Less so for him than with other quarterbacks that I won't mention in this video. But it's not to the point, however, with some Cowboys fans, it's not to the point where I think you need to cut bait with him or trade him or get rid of him. He's, like I said, you still had 3 straight 12-5 seasons with great offenses, and it's because of the quarterback. You feel me? You just really hate for Dallas that in this NFC, a weaker NFC, even though you have a juggernaut like the 49ers in the conference right now, it's a weaker NFC. It just is. Like, Dallas was absolutely supposed to be in the NFC Championship game. They just were. With the Eagles falling off, and Detroit is good. But I think Dallas is a little bit better. I mean, I don't even know if you're allowed to say that anymore after that collapse and how good Detroit looked on Sunday. But that's neither here nor there. Dallas is out again. Most likely, Mike McCarthy will be fired. And now there's a lot of like Bill Belichick talk. I don't know how great of an idea that is, Dallas fans. Or, like, I understand Bill Belichick, he's still got the name, he's got the defensive background, he's a defensive mastermind, I get it. Even New England's defense, even though they sucked this year, the defense was still an A defense. Only thing is, bringing in Bill, you guys have a pretty well-known owner, and he's got a bit of an ego. He does. Is he gonna, with Jerry, is he gonna be okay with Belichick kind of coming in and taking some of the heat in the room, if, like, for lack of a better term? I don't know how thrilled Jerry's gonna be about that. And another thing is, if Belichick comes in and takes over from McCarthy, is the offense going to be as good? That's my main concern. Is the offense going to be as good? Because most likely Belichick is going to get one of his guys, whether it's McDaniels or it's Matt Patricia or whatever. They're going to come in and the offense is not going to be what it was when it was Mike McCarthy, or whether it was Kellen Moore or whoever that's previously been here. So yeah, the defense. It would be awesome to see Bill Belichick coach Michael Parsons into a defensive player of the year type season. That'd be great. Is the offense going to go from a top 3 offense to a top 14 offense? I think that's very much on the table too. So I would be a little bit more skeptical on a Bill Belichick hire. I wouldn't be so quick to do that. I know that's the popular hot name right now, but I would pump the brakes. Honestly, what Dallas needs to do, in my opinion, I'd hate to say run it back, because this has been 3 straight years. They've been running it back. They've been running it back for 3 straight years. But I mean, hey, like, what's the alternative? Honestly, you get another coach, yeah, sure. There's Jim Harbaugh's out there. There's Brian Johnson. There are good candidates. We will see what they do. But as far as the whole tear the franchise down, this is an abomination, this is ridiculous, I'm not there, because this is still a really, really, really good roster. What I think happened is you ran into an elite quarterback and you just had a bad day. I know that's boring. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, or I should say, but bad days happen, and unfortunately your bad day just so happened to be at home in the first round of the playoffs. This offense was really good and this team was really good. That's my point, and I would not overreact if I'm Dallas, but something's going to be done, because they are the Cowboys and they have high expectations, and I know. But still, an insanely wild outcome. If you think I'm wrong, if any Cowboy fans out there think I'm wrong, please let me know. Do you need a new coach? Do you need a new quarterback, which I wholeheartedly disagree with? Do you need to get rid of people on defense? I could be wrong. Let me know. Feel free to go crazy in the comments. But if you did like this video, hit the like button. If you liked it even more, if liking is not enough for you, hit the subscribe button. It's right next to the like button. It's not like too far. Like, the like button's over here, and then you go to the other side of the screen, there's a subscribe button. I'm just trying to help you out, in case you didn't know. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that game a little bit and where Dallas goes from here. Because it's now, this is year 3, and there's going to be something that happens. If there's not, I'm shocked. I'd be shocked, but I'd be kind of like happy. because I thought this was a good team. You know what I mean? A dominant team, really. And I'm gonna be on an island with the I think you just had a bad day take, but I think they just had a bad day, really. But again, I could be wrong. Feel free to voice your opinions in the comments. But I will be coming out with more content, absolutely. This has been Playoff Don. Shout out to Jordan Love, my guy. Check out my other video. If you want to hear me praise Jordan Love a little bit more. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this. Y'all take it easy. This has been Playoff Don again. Peace.